Okay, this is going to show you how to make this flower into a square. Teresa, on her tutorial, she does 10 petals in the first row, and she does 15 in the last row. And that's what you need. Okay, what you want to do once you got it all sewed together and everything is turn it in the back, and at the bottom of one of the petals, in the center here, the bottom, slip stitch. I know it's kind of difficult. There's not a specific exact stitch to use. Just find one that you can slip stitch into. And then when you do that, chain 7. And then you need to count over 4 petals. So this is the one I'm at the bottom of, so I need to count over 4 from that one. 1, 2, 3. This is my 4th one here. Okay, at the bottom of the 4th one, you need to slip stitch in that one, the bottom. This is one of the hard parts, just trying to find a place to slip stitch. But when you manage to do so, chain 7 again. And again, count over 4 petals from the one you just finished. 1, 2, 3, and 4. At the bottom of that one, slip stitch. And chain 7 again. Okay, again, count over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. At the bottom, slip stitch. Chain 7 again. Okay, now we've come across to the beginning again. And at the very first slip stitch that you did, just slip stitch there again. And just under this other slip stitch I did. Slip stitch in there to connect your last chain 7 space, which is not easy, gotta tell you. Okay, when you get that done, you should have 4 sections here of chain 7 spaces, and you want to slip stitch into the first chain 7 space. So slip stitch in there, and then chain 3, and then you want to do 4 double crochets into this chain 7 space. That gives you 5 stitches here. Now you chain 2, and then do 5 more double crochets in the same chain 7 space. You're essentially making a corner. There you go. And then you go to the next chain 7 space and double crochet 5 double crochets, chain 2, 5 double crochets. You'll do that in each of the chain 7 spaces. And I'll meet you here when you get to the end of this row. Okay, when you get to the end, just slip stitch to join. I ran out of white, so because I was using it for other projects, so I had to change to this off-white, but stick with the color that you're currently using and continue on. What you want to do now is chain 1, pull up, and we're going to be doing a cross stitch here. So, alright, let's see this count. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this would be the first stitch, so I guess probably best if you just chain 3 from where you connect. Count to see how many stitches you have on the right. If you have, like me, you have 3, then this would be the first stitch. That would be the first part of the cross stitch, and then the previous stitch to the right, double crochet to finish the cross stitch. And then continue to the left here. Count your stitches, 2, 4, 6. Okay, so this would be my next stitch. You skip one and then you back up, as you know, because you've done cross stitches several times now. If you've done the first part of the tutorial anyway. And what you want to do when you get to a corner space, just chain 2. Sorry for losing the camera there. When you get to a corner space, chain 2. This is the corner. Chain 2, and then just start working cross stitches along the next side. And keep doing that all the way around. And every time you get to a corner, chain 2 and then continue on the next side. And I'll see you back here. When you get to the end of the row, slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 space, chain 1, and then cut your yarn to change colors. Okay, in this next row, you can put it anywhere, basically. Attach it anywhere you want. This is going to be a simple single crochet row, like you did before. Slip stitch to fasten. And then within the same space, you want to go back into the same space and single crochet there, and single crochet, and then like before, when you get to a corner, put 3 single crochets in that corner. Like that. And then just continue around, doing the same thing all the way around, and when you get to the end, I'll meet you back up here. Okay, I'm at the end of the row, and I have 1 stitch left. To help it not stick up so much, I usually skip this last stitch and just slip stitch into the beginning. And chain 1. Now we have another row of cross stitch. So from the corner here, I have 4 stitches. So I'm sure you do too. Depending on where you attached it, that is. Just count from the corner in sets of 2s. And I'm on the end, a set of 2 here. So what I'm going to do is just slip stitch into the next to make me be on the right stitch to do a cross stitch. So I'm going to chain 3, Try to find my stitch here. There we go. Just remember you're working in sets of 2. If you need to slip stitch over so that you're going to be in the beginning or the cross stitch, then that's what you need to do. Okay, I'm on the end here. What I want to do is chain 2. And actually, yeah, chain 2. But you don't need to skip these stitches. Just chain 2, but continue to cross stitch as usual. Just keep cross stitching to the end here. I'll count how many. Should have, like before, 6 cross stitches on each side. 2, 4, 6. Yep, got 6. And I'm on a corner again. So I'm going to chain 2 and then just continue to cross stitch around as normal. And continue doing that all the way around, and I will see you back here in a minute. Okay, when you get to the end, slip stitch in the beginning top chain 3 space from before, fasten off, change colors, you can connect it anywhere, just slip stitch the color in and single crochet in that same space. And this is going to be another single crochet round. So do like what you did before, single crochet in all the stitches around and 3 single crochets in the corner. And I'll see you back here when you get to the end of the round. Okay, again at the end I skipped the last stitch and slip stitch in the beginning stitch just to kind of help it stay flatter. And then I cut my yarn off here just because I'm going to fasten it by the single crochet method. But if you're not, then leave some string. And that's the tutorial for how to turn this flower into a square. And the next tutorial, I will show you how to connect all these together. I hope that this is helpful, and stick with me, and I will eventually get this tutorial done. I'm going to put it to the side tonight, but I hope that you guys can hear and see me okay, and that this is doing much better than my original one. So good luck, and if you have any questions on anything that you've seen here today, please leave a comment and I will answer your questions the best way I can. Thanks for watching.